Looking back, one of my biggest regrets was not learning how to mark my key levels properly. I'm talking about from the weekly time frame down to the 1 minute time frame. In this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to mark your key levels on lower time frame. I know most of you have been asking for this video. All of you have been waiting for this video because I've got a lot of traders that love to trade on the lower time frame. So this video will give you clarity, okay? Let's head to the board, guys. Now, for those of you that have seen how to find high probability setup, I talked about GBP AUD, and of course you can see the market played exactly how it was analyzed. I told you guys that this market was going to come back, clear all this liquidity, tap into here, then we see a push to the upside. And since then, this market has bought over 250 plus pips. Now, if this is not enough reason for you to pay attention to every single video I always post, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, so let's use let's use USD today, for example. Of course, USD has been buying aggressively. We all know why, due to the fundamental analysis. Now, let's move to the weekly time frame first. The first thing you want to do when you come to the weekly time frame is to what? Is to look forward to the last 3 candles. I always say that 1, 2, 3. Now, what can you see from this market? A strong bullish pressure, another bullish pressure, then this was an indecision candle or a doji candle, right? And what happened next? The market continued pushing to the upside. This alone will tell you that this market is still very bullish. I know most of you have been asking me what happens if we see 3 red candles, what happens if we see 2 red candles. It will determine where the trend of the market is and where you should focus on. Remember, this video is situated on how to mark key levels on lower time frame. This is actually for those of you that don't like taking huge risks or you don't like holding trades for a longer period, okay? Now, let's move into the board. Now, we've already checked our last 3 candles, right? 1, 2, 3. We are very sure that this market is bullish. Now, let's move to the 4-hour time frame as usual. Sorry, to the daily time frame. Now, if we move to the daily time frame, we need to mark our key levels, right? Now, the first level we want to mark is this level here, where the buy started from, right? Where the buy started from. Then secondly, we want to pay attention to this level here. We have an equal high here, meaning there's a liquidity at the top, right? We want to pay attention to this level here, because whenever there's a liquidity, which you can actually see at this point here, 1, 2, the market will likely what? Clear those liquidity before we see a drop to the downside, okay? Or another example, the market could easily clear those liquidity, drop, then continue pushing to the upside, depending on the fundamental news that comes out, okay? Now, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now, we are currently at the 4-hour time frame, and we can clearly see that what? We can clearly see that this market is approaching the daily key level, all right? Remember, when we talk about key levels, your weekly is for direction, your daily, your 4-hour is to mark valid zones that you're looking to buy or sell, okay? Now, let's move to the 1-hour time frame. Of course, this 4-hour time frame is still serving as a 1-hour candle, although if you still want to pay attention to one key level on the 4-hour time frame, you can pay attention to this level here, where the buy started from, okay? You can clearly see that this is where the buy started from. The market came back to test there, continued pushing to the upside, okay? Good. Meaning anything that will make this market start retracing, you wait for the market to come back here, then you buy back up. That is what key levels are for, to give you directions or zones where you want to pay attention to what would happen next. Don't forget. Now, let's move to the 1-hour time frame. Sorry, I took this out. Let me bring it back. Now, let's move to the 1-hour time frame. Now, this is the 1-hour time frame, right? And on the 1-hour time frame, we can clearly see that the market is actually what? The market is actually flying to the upside. And the market is approaching where? The market is approaching our daily key level, right? Now, we've used our weekly candle to see how many candles was created, the last 3 candles. That gave us a reason to actually look for more bullish push in this market. We used our daily to mark 2 key levels where we're looking to sell or looking to buy more. We used our 4-hour to refine a closer entry for a buy. And now we are using our 1-hour to see if there are other opportunities to look forward to, okay? Now, from our 1-hour, we can still see that our 4 hours can still play a huge role here, okay? And there's no need to do much on the 1 hour. Now, let me show you guys something. Please pay attention to this, okay? my student wrote exam today. Now, when we talk about key levels, okay, remember this video is key level and lower time frame. Your weekly is for what? Is for direction. Don't forget. Okay? Your daily and 4 hour is for what? Is for marking key levels. Okay? Then your 15 minutes / 30 minutes is for what? Entries. For what? For other assets. Then when you talk about gold, if you want to mark your key levels for gold, maybe you're looking for entry, then you want to focus on what? 5 minutes and what? And 15 minutes. Can anyone tell me why we're focusing on entries for 5 minutes and 15 minutes here? Just drop a comment below if you know. All right, let me come back. The reason why for gold we're focusing on these levels for entry is because we all know gold move very fast. So you need your SL to be as tight as possible. Okay, you need your SL to be what? To be as tight as possible. That's why what? That's why we're focusing on the 5 minutes and on the 15 minutes. Although for other currencies, you can use 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Very, very good. You don't need to waste your time. Okay, you don't need to waste your time. Now let's go back to the charts. I'm sure everybody have seen this. So when you're marking key levels on lower time frame, on time frame that are lower, what do you focus on? You focus on all this. You only use this to just find the direction, you mark the key levels. Now you want to buy, you want to sell, you scale down to these time frames. That is how you mark your key levels on lower time frame. Because these are mostly for traders that don't trade for long, they just scalp most times. Okay, so for those of you that love to scalp, most times you can just focus on your 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Then if you trade gold, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Please don't forget. Okay, now let's go back to the charts, guys. Now if we go back to the charts, now we're currently on the chart, right? Now where are we moving to? We're moving towards our 30 minutes. Remember, this is USD JPY. Now when we've moved to our 30 minutes here, remember this is your daily key level. This is your 1 hour key level. This is your 4 hour key level. And if you go down below again, you will find what? You end up finding your daily key level. Okay, now we're paying attention to just what is going on now, because this is the 15 minutes time frame. Now the first thing we want to pay attention to is this exhaustion that was created. Okay, remember, whenever you see an exhaustion, we have two types of exhaustion: an exhaustion that leads to a continuation and an exhaustion that leads to what? A reversal. Now an exhaustion that leads to a reversal are those kind of exhaustions that you see here, and the market will now start reversing. Okay, why an exhaustion that leads to a continuation are exhaustions like this? Because the market was exhausted and the market continued pushing. Now in a situation like this, where do you want to pay attention to in case if the market come back, you want to buy? Below the exhaustion here. Okay, this is your 30 minutes time frame. Now you're marking key level on your 30 minutes time frame, meaning if this market come back here, you want to look to what? You want to look to continue buying to the upside. You don't need to wait until it falls back to the 4 hour key level, except what? Except this zone is broken and the market tests it. Then you know you're waiting for what? You're waiting for the next key level on your 4 hour. Please take note, this is very, very important. But if the zone is not broken, then what do you focus on? You just focus on just this key level. Now, why are you using this level? Remember, because there was an exhaustion. So you don't want to buy inside this exhaustion, you want to buy under the exhaustion. If the market comes back and clears that exhaustion, please take note, guys, don't forget. Now, for those of you that are in my Telegram channel, we've actually been killing it back to back to back to back. If you're not in my Telegram channel, you're currently missing at the moment. This was a trade we took yesterday. You guys can actually see it. We were currently buying USD JPY, selling AED USD, selling everything. Like, everybody's eating aggressively. You can see it. Everybody's eating crazily. We even had a trade from gold. We made crazy profit from gold. Everybody's eating. So if you're not in my Telegram channel, please do well to join, okay? Now back to this part. Now you've marked your key level on 15 minutes or on 30 minutes, sorry. You can still scale down to your 15 minutes to see if it aligns properly. With what? Okay, these are 15 minutes. To see if it aligns properly with what? With the 30 minutes key level. And from what we can actually see here, definitely it does align with the 30 minutes key level. Because if you pay attention to this, you can see that this is where we have an exhaustion. And below the exhaustion, that is where we are looking to enter in case if the market comes back that level. Please, when it comes to marking key levels on your lower time frame, you need to be very reactive and not predictive. On your 4-hour or your 1-hour or your daily, you can say, okay, you wait for like 3 days, 4 days. When the market comes to that zone, then you wait for what? A buy or a sell. But for marking key levels on lower time frame, when the market comes to that level, you know that if you're buying, please and please, if you're buying or selling, only target what? 1 to 2 or highest 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Please take note. If you're buying from this level, only target what? 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. And if you're buying for gold, only target 1 to what? 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Please don't target more than that, especially when you're buying from what? These lower time frame key levels. But if you're buying from maybe your 4-hour or your 1-hour, 4-hour, 1 hour, so on and so on, right? You can actually use 1 to 3, 1 to 6, or even 1 to 9. Like the trade we caught yesterday on gold, the 250 pips drop. That was over 1 to 5 risk to reward. Why? Because I took that entry from our 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. The bigger the time frame, the more the profit target you're looking forward to. The smaller the time frame, the smaller the profit target you're looking for. Remember, we are snipers. We don't chase the market, we let the market come to us. I remain Oko Anthony Uche, also known as Tony Sniper. I hope this video gives you more clarity. And if you don't understand what to do next, please head to my YouTube channel, watch all my key level videos, and come back to watch how to mark key levels on lower time frame. Peace, guys.